Hello typographers. I want to show you this short video to explain how to use the tabs feature in Illustrator. And the great thing about this is that once you understand how to do this, it works the exact same way in InDesign. So that's a nice feature of Adobe, being able to use the same tool the exact same way across different platforms. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to blow this up just so that we can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to turn on the invisibles, which is Command Option I. And you can see some of the hidden characters here, which is sometimes important when you're setting tabs so you know exactly what's happening in each of these rows. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up the subheads, and there's just two areas you're going to set. One is this subheads, which has the different categories of colors, and then the second block is the actual colors themselves, which you're going to assign them to different rows. So I'm going to click on the first one, and I'm going to open up the tabs panel. There's two ways to do that. You can go up to Window Type, and the tabs is at the very bottom, or you can keystroke it doing Command Shift T, and that will open up the tabs panel as well. And let's see, I do want to add a tab in between the red and the orange because that has a space there and it really needs to be a tab. Okay, so now let's get to the business of setting these tabs. One thing that's very crucial to make sure you can get the alignment working for you is you want this tab ruler to be aligned with the left edge of your text. The easiest way to do that is just to click on this little magnet that you see on the right side, and it will snap it right to the edge of that text. And then you want to drag this panel so that it's wider, so that it covers all the different columns that you're going to be working with. All right, so now I've just activated this line of text, and we're going to put some tab settings in here. The first one we want is we want this name swatch to align with the right edge of this color box. So we're going to choose the third button from the left. This is your flush right button. And then once that's activated, then you're just going to click on the ruler at about that spot. And it needs to be just at a tiny bit, so I'm just going to click on it again, and I'm just going to drag it ever so slightly to move it a little bit more to the right. That's pretty good. And just to get things moving, I'm going to click in the middle of this first column to get another one set. Now, by default, it's going to give me the last type of tab setting that I used. In this case, it was a flush right. With it highlighted, I can now go to the center alignment and change it. So now it's a centered alignment. Now everything else will be centered if I just click. So I'm just gonna try and get these kind of lined up in the middle. I'll come back and adjust them. Oops, we need one there, and there, and there. And I'm not going to grade you hard on if these are exactly centered. I just want you to get the hang of working with these tabs. Still, you want it to look good because, you know, you're training to be professionals. All right, that one looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. Okay, so that one is done. Let's move on to the next block. We're going to do the same thing with that highlighted. We're going to click on the magnet. It's going to push it all the way to the left. And now I want to extend this further. Now I put tabs and bullets on this entire first line just so that you could get these set up. And then everything else is going to fall into place. You just have to add more tabs to get them to align in the columns that you want them to align in. So let's go ahead and do the same thing here. We're going to take this tab setting, let's make that a flush right, and then let's move it over so that it aligns right about there. So we want it to align with the color name, and you'll have a nice flush edge against that, that color box. And then we want to put the next one in the middle of the red column. Okay, and now we can change this one to a centered alignment as well. Now it'll be easy to just go through these other columns and just click and add a tab setting. Come on, get on there. All right, and again, you know, you want to kind of adjust these a little bit if you need to try and get them in the middle. There we go. Okay, so now those are all set. You can actually just turn that tab feature off and then use your text tool to come into these different lines of text. And actually, you know, on this first line, I want to make sure I'm actually on the first line. I put a baseline shift in here, so they're a little funky to adjust. Okay, we're gonna come over here. No, it's still not there. Okay, let's just get these in so that I can make the video shorter. You want to get rid of the extra ones in that first line. So amber is going to be the first one that we need to adjust. So you just get your cursor behind that bullet and just hit the tab. And I can see I'm not where I need to be here. I need to be up 2 more, 1, 2. And I'm just using my keyboard keys to make these adjustments. So I'm going to bop down here, come back over to before the purple, and then again hit the tab keys until I push that over to the purple column. I'm going to jump down again with the cursor, the down arrow key, back up 3 spaces, and then move this one over to, oh, let's call that orange. And that's basically what you do on this portion of the assignment, is you're just going to push these into their proper columns. Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know.